going on, everyone? Great Talon here, and today the prey is going to be XMenDarkPheonix, the Great Talon's review. So before we get started, I just want to say, fuck the critics, yo. Fuck the critics. Why? Because they gave this motherfucking movie a 15 or 17%, something really low on Metacritic and Rotten Tomatoes. Fuck those guys, because this movie was awesome. I don't care what anybody says. This movie is great. Why is it great? Because look at how it's starting right now in space. You know why? Because in the cartoon, 90s cartoon, and also in the comics, it started in space. Why? Because they were saving a group of astronauts in the early 90s who were on a mission to orbit the Earth or whatever, some bullshit. So she, Jean Grey, was responsible for absorbing the damage before they thought it was a solar flare. So they thought the solar, oh, by the way, spoiler alert, full spoiler alerts here. So there's going to be like these crazy cosmic entity or cosmic force it actually turns out to be. So, she absorbs this energy, spoiler alerts, like I said before, she absorbs this energy, and it changes her body, like her metaphysical body, because it's like a symbiotic thing, like the Venom and the symbiote suit from Spider-Man. It's like fused together with her own like mutant powers, and she slowly becomes and evolves to the Phoenix as time goes on. So that's the first act. Within the first 10 minutes is fucking action. The first scene in the movie, don't get me wrong, that first scene in the movie with the fucking space shuttle and shit, that shit was amazing. You saw like Quicksilver do his shit. You saw like Nightcrawler do his shit. The two best scenes in the movie were the first scene, the action scene, and the final scene on the train. But we'll get to that. But just know that then a movie, it isn't like, all right, I'll start off with the cons. The cons in the movie, like, the downfall is like, the acting isn't 100%. The best acting in the movie you'll get from Magneto, Michael Fassbender, and James McAvoy, Professor Xavier. The rest of the people were just there to show up and pick up a paycheck. That does not go without saying that other actors like Cyclops and Nightcrawler get their dues. They're just dues because they do. They get so much more. Nightcrawler, for example, and Cyclops, they do more in this movie than they have done in the entire 9 X-Men movies that followed before this movie. Especially fucking Nightcrawler. He gets his shit. He does some crazy fatality Mortal Kombat shit in this fucking movie. I was shocked. Same thing with Cyclops. Cyclops steps up, tries to become that leader role of the X-Men, which I really appreciated. And Phoenix is just like, she's fucking shit up left and right. Now, what happens in the second act is like they go and try, Jean starts to lose it and everything. And so she goes home. She finds out like Professor X lied to her or whatever about her father being killed or some shit, her parents. So she goes home, she finds her father. Her father's like, fuck you, you're crazy, I don't want to deal with you. And she loses it. So Mystique, they all try and like talk to her, but Mystique thinks she can connect with her the most. And fucking Jean ends up like fucking just impaling her like Logan in Logan, the movie. She impales her through like a fucking, like a pile of like a fucking, a pole, like a phone pole. And she kills her. So then Mystique's dead, and now fucking Beast is all crazy because Beast and Mystique had like a thing going on or whatever. So he goes and reaches out to Magneto, who's starting up Genosha. Fucking Genosha's in the movie, people. The fucking mutant haven. So he goes to Genosha to find Magneto, and they team up and try to take down Phoenix. And of course, Phoenix ain't having any of that shit. And at the same time, there's other alien life forms who were supposed to be the Skrulls, but they can't be the Skrulls because, fucking Disney owns the rights or whatever. So, I mean, they go try and stop her, and then they interact with these aliens or whatever. So, and then Phoenix tries to fuck up Magneto and everything. And anyway, they end up kidnapping, and the Phoenix ends up transferring her energy because she doesn't want it to the alien. Alien gets, dead alien right there, Jessica Chastain, she gets part of the Phoenix energy. So now, at the end of the movie, it's like a Phoenix battle, kind of, almost. And, and that happens in the final act of the movie. They're on a fucking bullet train. Magneto's on Storm. They're all fucking going crazy, unleashing their powers, trying to stop these alien life forms. And toward the end of the movie, like, instead of, like, someone killing Phoenix, she ends up sacrificing herself for the greater good, for her family. And she doesn't kill herself. It seems like she kills herself, but at the same time, she evolves. She becomes the next stage of her mutant, persona. So she becomes the Phoenix, and she rises. And at the final scene of the movie, you see her flying in like in the sky and like orbiting the Earth. So she's still around. But so anyway, I enjoyed this movie. Like I said, the cons are acting isn't 100%. You're not going to get the amazing acting as Days of Future Past or any of those movies. But, you know, you're going to get solid performances, passable performances by most of the cast, especially, like I said, Magneto and Professor Xavier. Solid performances, X-Men-wise, from Cyclops, Storm, and especially Cyclops and Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler especially, oh my god. So yeah, that's my take on this movie. I really enjoyed it. I am going to probably watch it again. It's the end of the Fox verse. Now it's moving on to Disney, and it's going to become Disney-fied. You're not going to get, you know, you're not going to get as much dark. This movie was very dark, by the way, so you're not going to get that from Disney. You're not going to get that dark sense of humor from Disney, that dark atmosphere from Disney. You're not going to get that. So enjoy it while it lasts. They followed the comics almost to a T, and the TV show almost to a T, the cartoon. With that being said, thank you so much, Foxverse. You've given us a tremendous universe to almost 20 years in the making. And with that, I bid you adieu. Like and subscribe if you want more. And with that being said, you guys have a great day. Thanks for stopping by, and go watch this movie. It's not that bad. So I'll see you on the next one, and thanks for stopping by.